Buddy up. Check back six. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. A nice little juke. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 44, Haskins. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Let's go. You tight.
On third down, here's Bell. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to fourth down. Looking to throw, Haskins. It's caught by Herndon. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. First down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Haskins on first down. This one caught by Crowder. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second down, Haskins into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 54. Mike 54. You're out. That's the guy. Kill. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check. Lucky.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Let's go, boys.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
A give running right is Chubb. That good for 19 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shoot. Switch.
Hey, orbit.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's put him up. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Davenport. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Rush in. Check.
Now Chubb running right. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready? 70, Indy. 54. Hey, Sam on.
Come on, QB. Come on. Check.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They go play action now. Haskins. Caught by Jones. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A run for Nick Chubb. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
On the set.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Now Chubb. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's Chubb. The tackle by Tremaine Johnson.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they bring out their punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. Caught here by Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. He's got Herndon, his tight end. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This is Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Davenport. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Davenport. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.